Oh hey, hi, hello, welcome back. You better be subscribed. You know I don't play that. This family is lit. And I know I go on and on about how much I hate to cook, but that doesn't mean I can't throw down. These meatless meatballs and these smashed garlic and sage potatoes are guaranteed to make you famous. I mean that, sis. And of course, I'm giving you guys a full ingredients list and a very detailed recipe. So make sure you check the description box before you leave a comment talking about where's the recipe. I'm just joking, but seriously. Now onto this recipe that can make you famous. I'm starting off by sauteing some shallots in avocado oil. I want to do this for about 2 to 3 minutes and allow it time to cool. In the meantime, I'm gonna get started on the base of our meatballs using the Impossible plant-based burger ground. And of course, we add things like garlic, bell peppers. I chop them up super fine, and I'm going in with a ton of different seasonings. My flavor profile is impeccable. If you aren't seasoning even your meatless products, you're doing something wrong. I need you to get in touch with that description box because the flavors that I'm combining are perfect. To bring all the ingredients together, I'm gonna use a fork just to mash everything up. I'm working in a bigger bowl, so y'all can't come for me. But really take your time with combining the ingredients. You want to integrate everything well, fold it in. And since the shallots have cooled down, I feel comfortable adding them now. You do not want to add them straight off of the heat. I'm just working that in. If you watched my Salisbury steak video, this is pretty much the same. Now, something that I did different, I added cornstarch, but it is not necessary. I think I want to omit this from the recipe, but I'm showing you guys. Then I'm gonna add in some dairy-free sour cream and an egg. This is going to, one, give our meatballs a bit of fat, make it a creamier texture and consistency, keep it moist, and that egg just binds everything together. I added a little bit more flour before I started rolling out the meatballs, but again, definitely go by feel of how the meatless ground feels in your hand, because you know what a meatball is supposed to feel like. It should hold its shape. I was able to get about 15 meatballs in total. I'm always coming up with an odd number. I won't work on that. But yes, I thought this size was perfect. If you're someone who likes to be super precise, you can weigh them so everything is consistent. But who got time, sis? I don't like to cook. Look at them, they're so pretty. But give them time to chill in the refrigerator for about 10 to 15 minutes because we need to get started on the potatoes. Now, one thing about me, I'm gonna boil some potatoes and some vegetable broth. My favorite vegetable broth is on the screen. You need to go get both of these. And I also like to add in water so that I can dilute the broth because the sodium says you gotta watch. But I'm adding my potatoes. And I'm gonna allow that to simmer while we start working on the meatballs. So I'm using vegetable oil to fry the meatballs. You all will get to see the first and second batch of meatballs. And if I can make a recommendation, fry them on the stove, give them color. They color pretty easily, but you also can put them in the oven at 350 degrees for like 5 to 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. It doesn't need to be excessive, but give them time to rest to the side. But look at the color on these. I love, girl, don't play with me. Okay, now let's go back to the potatoes. So they're boiling nicely. Now we don't want to treat this like mashed potatoes, so we don't want them to be too tender, but tender enough to where the fork can actually pierce the skin of the potato ever so slightly. And I would say about 40-45 minutes. That's around the time I recommend. And I'm going to place these on a baking sheet, which I have lined with parchment paper. And the cool thing is we're about to have some fun. You can get a mason jar, you can use a potato masher, and I'm just going to apply pressure to not flatten the potatoes, but to smash them. We want to see the interior. We want that smashed look, but you don't want to go too flat. I like my potatoes to have some body to them. If nothing else, you do need to make the meatballs with these potatoes just as I did. Girl, you can't do it different. It's so good. Because I do intend to bake these, I'm going to drizzle a bit of avocado oil. I love using avocado oil. It's a high heating oil, so it can withstand the higher temperatures. And then I'm gonna go in with a combination of Himalayan pink salt, onion salt, and black pepper. You don't really need to do anything extra because it'll honestly just burn in the oven. So salt and pepper is good, sis. It was flavorful. Trust me on this. But let's take a moment and look at how good this looks. And we're just gonna put these in the oven to bake at 400 for about 15 to 20 minutes. While the potatoes are in the oven, I'm going to start working on the sauce. I'm adding a little bit of vegetable broth for flavor and to thin out the barbecue sauce. I'm using one of my favorite barbecue sauces. Do not play with her. She is not one of them. And make sure that the consistency is such that it doesn't leave very pronounced tracks when you are, stirring it. You want to make sure that the tracks left by the spatula close up rather quickly, because again, we want to be able to pour this sauce over our meatballs. You don't want it to be too thick. I'm adding in a little bit of grape jelly. This is new for me, but I didn't want to add too much because the barbecue sauce has a sweetness to it. And for a kick, I added hot sauce. Like, you already know how we move out here, but this hot sauce is one of the best, so I highly recommend it. Now it's time for the meatballs to take a little bath, okay? To converse with this barbecue sauce. And I really want you guys to reduce the heat and really allow these meatballs to simmer. Again, pour the barbecue sauce over the meatballs and give them time to really soak in this delicious flavor. Look at how good they look. And they're not even done. I mean, they're practically done, but again, letting them slow cook is everything. I really tell people I hate to cook, and then I make something like this and they're confused. They're like, what do you mean you hate to cook, please? And I'm like, please don't expect me to cook ever. But back to the potatoes. After about 15 to 20 minutes, I wanted to turn them over, and we're gonna repeat the exact same steps. Again, you guys can see they have this nice golden color, and the baby Dutch yellow potatoes are perfect for this. I'm so happy I chose them. Perfect size and so tender, flavorful, especially because we boiled them in the vegetable broth, because I like to do it a little different. But for some added flavor, I melted up some vegan butter, added ground sage and fresh sauteed garlic, and I want to just drench that over the top. Listen to me. Sage and potatoes goes together. You can also use thyme, whatever herb of choice, but sage and potatoes are a match made in heaven. Now this whole meal is coming together beautifully, so you know what time it is. It's time to plate. And I have the most fun when I plate my dishes. You eat with your eyes first, and I love to create a lasting impression, even though it really don't be on the plate that long, but still. So I did go ahead and saute baby kale, which is honestly one of my favorites, and it's super easy. Everything else is pretty involved, so I like to take it easy with the vegetables. But when I tell you, girl, this did not last. This dish is perfect. Do this on your Meatless Monday. If you're trying to get into more meatless meal preparation, I think this is a great recipe. I'll have my cooking playlist listed below, but make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, kiki with me in the comments, and be sure to share this with your friends, your homegirls, your family. Put them on, because one thing I might not like to, but your girl can throw down, okay? But thank you so much for joining me, and I hope I see you in the next one. I appreciate you.